Hey everyone, hope this video finds you well, and I just wanted to do this video as a welcome to Game Week 37. 2 more game weeks till the end of Fantasy Premier League 2020-2021. The deadline for Game Week 37 is tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. UK time. And in this Game Week 37, fans are finally allowed back in the stadium. It's going to be nice to see, captains and teams playing with fans in the stadium, as well as how the atmosphere changes when fans are allowed back in the stadium once again with all the COVID restrictions that have been going on and lockdown. It's going to be so nice to see how the game of football, as we know it and as we love it, is with fans back in the stadium. In Game Week 36, so blank Game Week 36, a review of my blank Game Week 36. I'm not going to share the screen today, but I am going to sort of review my Game Week 36 with you guys. In Game Week 36, I ended off on 48 points. I took a -4 hit to bring in Antonio. And unfortunately, Antonio blanked for me. I will be reviewing my team tomorrow, sort of my deadline day stream with YT Simpy on Simpy's channel. So do subscribe to YT Simpy if you haven't already. I am going to be doing a collaboration with him on his channel in regards to a lock-in deadline day stream for Game Week 37, as well as showing you my team. But for now, I'll be reviewing my blank Game Week 36 team. I ended off on 48 points. I got a green arrow. At the start of it, I did get a red arrow, but eventually I ended off with a green arrow, bringing my rank up to 840k. I was initially, before the triple Game Week 35, I was initially at 1.2 million, and it's my first season playing Fantasy Premier League, and I'm now at 840,000 in my overall rank, which is brilliant. I have no chips left. Hats off to those of you guys who still have, a triple captain, a free hit, or a wild card chip left with only 2 game weeks left till the end of the season. Have fun with it. Pick some players who, might make a difference. Maybe play Pep Roulette or play Tuchel Roulette if you call it. Just have some fun with it. Kick back and relax. Grab a snack and enjoy the rest of the stream. So for my Game Week 36 review, I ended up with 48 points, taking 2 transfers and taking a -4. I still kept Pope in goal as I didn't want to take another hit to replace my injured goalkeeper. As we know, Pope had a shoulder injury and he wasn't able to play for their match. I had Coleman with 2 points, Dallas with 6 points, Trent with 6 points, Kode with 1 point, Jesse Lingard blanked with 2 points. Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king, got me a total of 20 points with the bonus. Wilfred Zaha with 6 points. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 2 points. He missed the sitter, which was really gutting. And, of course, I would have gotten more points and would have got back my -4 if Calvert-Lewin didn't miss that sitter. But hey-ho, we go. Antonio blanked, so that was only 2 points. Ollie Watkins with 5 points. And on my bench, I had everyone non-playing. So I had Mendy, Greenwood, Saka, and Azpilicueta. For Game Week 37, what I'm going to sort of do now is sort of highlight, key players you should look out for, some differential picks, as well as captaincy choices. To me, as someone playing FPL for the first season and for the first time, it's really important that, you're choosing the right player to put the armband on. And I know sometimes that can be hard, especially when you're in a mini league competing for bragging rights or even in a paid league. You want to make sure you're picking a captain that's going to deliver and be a top scorer in that game week. As we know, so just to get right into it, as we know, possibly captaining a player with a home fixture can be a better play on, points this game week. Maybe, who knows? But the most important part with Fantasy Premier League and fantasy football itself is have fun with it. There's only 2 game weeks left to go. Some people are so focused on their rank and they're not really enjoying it so much, but I say just have fun with it. Focus on your rank improvement for next season. Start fresh on a clean slate. But for me, I've used this season as a trial, as a test to learn when to use my chips. Now I know. Initially, when I started playing Fantasy Premier League early on in this season, I didn't know when to use my wild card, my free hit. Even when they gave us an extra wild card after Christmas time, I used it right away. I didn't keep it. Now I know I should have kept that for a double game week. So you learn as you play and as you go on. In terms of captaincy choices this week, so I'm going to highlight the two most obvious captaincy choices, and that for me is the Egyptian king Mo Salah. So as we know, Liverpool are fighting for top four and continuing their race in hopes for top four. Alisson, what a beautiful header on the weekend. And in memory of his father, that was an amazing moment of football. Brilliant by their keeper. Absolutely brilliant header. It was a screamer, and I'm sure all of you guys enjoyed it. Even though some of us are not Liverpool fans, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you got to give credit when and where it's due. Mo Salah, captaincy-wise, I'm going to go and review his stats now. So he has 5 goals, 1 assist in the last 7 games. He's a superbly taken goal against West Brom. So Salah is back on form and focused now. And I do want to hint that he is fighting now to sort of strive to achieve the Golden Boot against Harry Kane. And he's had more goals than Harry Kane for the Golden Boot. And alongside with Liverpool hoping, and striving to get back into that top 4 spot, it makes obvious sense on paper and in realistic sense to a popular captaincy choice this game week is to give the armband to Mohamed Salah, hoping that he will deliver in this game week. I don't know if Liverpool will keep a clean sheet, but it looks promising to, have Mo Salah as a captain because he's sure to deliver. And they're playing Burnley. Burnley is very poor in form. They don't have much to look up for, and they don't have any hopes going on. Burnley was also very, very, very poor against Leeds. So you expect Liverpool to have plenty of chances as they push for a clean sheet and a Champions League spot in the top 4. So that's something to keep in mind. Another obvious sort of captaincy choice this game week is Harry Kane, or like what I like to call him is Carry Kane, as he's been carrying my Fantasy Premier League ever since I had Spurs assets. I got rid of my Spurs assets a couple of weeks ago to bring in Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Antonio, back when Calvert-Lewin, was back in full form, as well as Antonio, and that partnership with Lingard was getting me a lot of points, so I did have to get rid of my Spurs assets just to get enough money in the bank. With Harry Kane as a captaincy, it only makes sense to have him. Although, Spurs and Harry Kane's home form is hit or miss, he bagged himself a goal with Wolves and without doubt will be fighting for the Golden Boot as well against Mo Salah. So it only makes sense as for Gameweek 37 up against Aston Villa. Aston Villa do have Jack Grealish back, but personally I feel it's going to take, a couple of game weeks and possibly even back into next season for Jack Grealish to reach his full form and potential. Aston Villa also have El Ghazi and Target, as well as Videra. Sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but Harry Kane is a very good prospect for a captaincy choice, and it is another, obvious captaincy pick. He was the highest ranked of Game Week 36 and the most shots, so 7 shots against their last game against Wolves. And he did deliver last game week, so that's something else to keep in mind. In terms of differential captaincy picks, 3 players that I want to highlight as players who stand out, but you might want to take a little bit of risk to get the reward. So something that I go by is you got to risk it to get the biscuit. And in terms of Fantasy Premier League, just have fun with it. Pick something out of the ordinary and try to go, pick something different. Stay outside the box, have creative thinking. And as a differential captaincy pick is Greenwood. Greenwood, as we know, has been in really good form. He's had 7 returns in the last 7 games, which is absolutely phenomenal. He's a brilliant player. He's in great form with a lovely fixture ahead. So in terms of a Jota replacement, I suggest Greenwood in the midfield, as well as a Greenwood captaincy is also good. If you don't have, the likes of Harry Kane or Mohamed Salah, Greenwood is a good captaincy choice. As well as another player to look out for is Cavani. Cavani did score in their reverse fixture. If he starts versus Fulham, I believe he'll get on that score sheet. Cavani is a brilliant player. I'm not a Man United fan, but I will give credit when and where it's due. Greenwood is a good differential pick this game week. I really think he'll deliver and he'll start again instead of Rashford. I can see him, having Greenwood in there up until the end of this FPL season is a good choice. And he is one of the most players people have brought in ahead of Gameweek 37. So far, 67,000 people have brought him in just for their Fantasy Premier League Gameweek 37, along with Torres and Harrison. Speaking of Harrison, I do want to address that more people are picking Harrison over Rafinha. Rafinha is a good midfield option, not a differential. Harrison, on the other hand, is a differential pick. It's someone, people are saying will deliver more than Rafinha in terms of FPL community on, Twitter and social media platforms. And personally, I feel that Rafinha is now back in his form and it's going to be the Rafinha that we knew before, bagging in goals and assists. So for my team in Game Week 37, which I will be showing you guys tomorrow live on YT Simpy's YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, do make sure to give him a subscribe and stay tuned for our collaboration video tomorrow. We should be doing that prior to the deadline, I think around 4 o'clock UK time. So Rafinha is someone that I've already brought in and someone I've looked into bringing in. So I have actually taken out Bukayo Saka from my team. I don't think Saka will deliver against Crystal Palace. Although I'm an Arsenal fan, I do know that Zaha loves to score against us. And in terms of fantasy football points, I think I'm going to start Zaha. And I got rid of Saka for Rafinha, and hopefully that pays off, and I get another green arrow to continue on my sort of luck so far in the last 3 game weeks. Another differential pick in the midfield as a Jota replacement, and someone who's cheap, actually a fellow Gooner who played for us before and is now on loan at Newcastle. You guys already know by now, I'm actually hinting at Joe Willock. Joe Willock has had very good rate of return. So he's had 6 goals in the last fixtures. He's gotten 60 points overall, and he's only a 4.7, so it's an extremely cheap option compared to Greenwood at 7.2, Rafinha at 5.5, sorry. Willock has gotten 6 goals with no assists, but 60 points is brilliant. He has Sheffield United and Fulham, easy fixtures for them. However, with Callum Wilson injured, I think Willock will step up more and have more potential to get goals and deliver. So Willock is also a very good differential pick that some people are sort of not really noticing and keeping aside. So that's something I wanted to highlight in this video as well. Another player people are bringing in, and also someone who returned from injury back in Game Week 31. You guys already know by now, I'm talking about Saint Maximum. Saint Maximum in the last 6 games has scored 13 goals and 63 shots so far. He has lovely fixtures, just like Joe Willock, on the same team with Newcastle against Sheffield United and Fulham. I think he's worth investing, or even Joe Linton. Joe Linton is also a very good differential pick. But for me, I would go with Joe Willock just because I feel like Joe Willock will deliver more. Secondly, if not, I would have gone with Saint Maximum. But I've already sorted my team, I've locked it in, and I hope you guys do the same. So just keep in mind, tomorrow is the deadline. So not to forget the deadline, and make sure to lock in your teams prior to. Make sure to sort out your captaincies and your vice captaincies as well. But don't forget to sort out your bench and make sure you decide who goes first on your bench, second and third, and likewise. In terms of Man City assets, so this is what I call Pep Roulette at its finest. And we all know Pep is rotating their players, so their first squad is being rotated in order for the Champions League, which is happening at the end of May. So it's been confirmed that Ederson will be starting in their final 2 fixtures. Pep announced that today in the press conference. So in terms of targeting Man City assets, is it a boom or will it be a bust? Some of you guys already, some of the people I know and some of my mates have actually brought in Phil Foden as a 1-week punt. And some people have actually even thought of bringing in Kai Havertz to play Tuchel roulette. They think Kai Havertz will get a start and will actually deliver. Personally, I don't feel comfortable playing Pep roulette. I'm not that ballsy. But if you guys want to have fun with it, hey ho, it's your way, how it goes. So in conclusion, what I wanted to say before I wrap up here is I'm advocating doubling up on Liverpool assets. Some people are even bringing Sadio Mane. Although Sadio Mane has been extremely poor this season, he's even announced it himself that, I was the worst this season and I hope to improve. With only 2 game weeks left, if you can afford to bring in Salah and Sadio Mane, I would. If not, I would bring Trent. Trent has been delivering really well, but other than Trent, I would prefer the link up between Salah and Sadio Mane. I think they are going to be great assets in the final 2 game weeks, so you wouldn't have to make a transfer and take a hit prior to upcoming to game week 38 in the last week. I would also expect Salah to deliver because of the golden boot. That's something else I wanted to highlight. Same thing with Harry Kane, but Tottenham Spurs, their home form is hit or miss, along with Harry Kane. So that might be something that's drawing back people from captaining him. If you guys want to go for a differential, have fun with it. I know some people are bringing in Kai Havertz, as I mentioned earlier, as a 1-week punt. Some people are even bringing in Mahrez, Aguero, to play Pep Roulette and just have fun with it and have a laugh. It's all up to you guys on how you want to spend the final 2 game weeks of this FPL 2020-21 mare of the season, how it's been for me at least. Well, at the start of it, and then finally I sort of got the hang of it and took it more seriously. But I did want to say, don't be afraid to roll. If you have 2 free transfers, it'll make game week 38 a lot of fun. Or at the most, take a -4 or take a -8 if you feel ballsy. But have fun with it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to punt on new assets for the final 2 game weeks. Bring in a player you never thought of, like Kai Havertz, players who you thought you wouldn't bring in. Even Torres, someone nobody, probably 1 or 2% of owners had. That's something you might want to consider. In terms of a Jota replacement, I would do Rafinha. Greenwood is most promising, as well as Joe Willock as a differential. And last but not least, I did want to leave by wishing you guys well for the rest of the season. I will be starting my own Fantasy Premier League next season for my channel, and I hope to do more FPL content. This is the 2nd video I'm doing on my own channel. Most of the time, I do collaboration videos on YT Stimpy's channel whenever, we choose to do FPL content, but you'll always see me there in the chat, so do make sure to subscribe to his channel. He makes great FPL videos, and as well as FPL Sparta, someone else I wanted to shout out, and someone who does Euro fantasies. So that's another thing. If you guys, are missing the regular fantasy football for 1 month of torture, 1 month of pain or happiness, you can play the Euros Fantasy Premier League, which is just 1 month, but have fun with it and enjoy the Euros. The Euros are going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope for the best. I think I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to enjoy playing Euro Fantasy for the first time. It's different than the original Premier League Fantasy, so I'm looking forward to that. But last but not least, I did want to say thank you so much for your support. I recently reached 1.4K subscribers on my YouTube channel right here on Miss Melina. So I did want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys for supporting me, subscribing to my channel, hitting a like on this video, watching my content, leaving a comment, taking time out of your day to join me as a guest on my live streams. If you guys don't know already, this is the first time I'm doing a pre-recorded video. Hopefully I didn't speak too fast, and hopefully you all can hear me. But last but not least, I did want to say take care of yourselves and each other. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the weather outside, but do take care of yourselves and your families. Make sure to check up your loved ones. You never know what someone is going through off camera, behind the scenes. I'm speaking from, personal experience, as well as, have fun with the rest of this fantasy football season. There's only 2 game weeks left, so have fun with it and have a kick out of it. Hopefully you can get bragging rights or even start a league with your family or your siblings just to have fun with it. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing next season. For next season, I will be letting you guys know pre-season, my league code if you guys want to join and be a part of it. I will be trying to do more fantasy football content next season, maybe as a podcast. I haven't decided already, but it is in my thoughts and in my considerations. If you guys have any video ideas or suggestions for me to do, Do let me know in the comments down below. And last but not least, take care of yourselves and each other. Stay awesome, stay blessed, and stay lovely. Take care. Bye everyone. Do make sure to leave a like on this video and kindly subscribe to Miss Melina if you haven't already. Stay awesome. Bye.